May cohort of the Accelerated Online Bachelor's to BSN program at UW-Oshkosh, I would like to welcome you to our graduation ceremony. First, we would like to invite the Dean of the College of Nursing, Dr. Rosemary Smith, up for the welcome.
Good afternoon. Can you hear me okay? Yeah. Okay. Because I'm short, I've been in this particular room before, and I've had problems with the microphone. And so I had someone give me a lavalier mark, so hopefully that'll make the communication be a little clearer. I've got to tell you, I'm very, very proud to serve as the Dean of the College of Nursing here at the University of Wisconsin-Oshkosh. And I consider it a privilege to have an opportunity to address this group today. First, I have to say congratulations to our accelerated students who 1 year ago we were still dreaming about what it might be like to be in the Cherishers right now. You probably couldn't possibly have imagined all the things that were going to happen in the 52 weeks since you got involved. And obviously, we're very successful along the way. And congratulate you, and I'm very proud of you. And then I need to welcome all of the people in the audience who supported the graduates. I was just making a comment that my doctoral dissertation dealt with social support. And I know for a fact that the social support these students received while they were working their way through the 52 weeks made the difference. In some instances, it might have been the difference between sanity and insanity. It might have been the difference of getting the work done or not getting the work done. It might have been the difference of saying, I can't do this anymore, I'm going to quit. And you say, no, I believe in you, you can do this. I'm here in you for the long haul, we're behind you, kid. And I know that social support makes an incredible difference. The husbands and wives, the boyfriends, the girlfriends, the children, the moms and the dads, the grandparents, the brothers, the sisters, the community of friends. It might have been the next door neighbor in the same apartment complex. I remember hearing a story about one of the students while they were going through the accelerated program, lived alone in an apartment and got to know the person next door and lived with him doing her students. She said, well, how can I help? And the student said, well, you watch my cat for me sometimes, especially with clinical. And it turned out that this individual ended up changing the cat litter for the entire, I guess it was 50 out of 52 weeks. And as the student was talking about the things that make a difference, I wouldn't have thought of cat litter change to take care of the cat. But sometimes when you're having such an intense time that these students have had, the little things of having supper be done, or having the milk bought, or making sure if there were kids they got picked up, or the children if they get sick during the night, that your spouse or your significant other took care of that and didn't have to worry about a sick child. All those things, big and little, make a huge difference in whether or not these students succeed. As you're probably aware, nursing on a UW-Oshkosh campus is a challenging major. Our traditional students spend 5 semesters, 2.5 years, taking the courses and the clinicals that these students have done in 52 weeks. When we first proposed to students at this particular program, I thought these students would have to be doing mini miracles. And I remember even saying that, it's a mini miracle to do this in 52 weeks. And by gosh, you do it. And we have many miracles times 28 students here. I need to make a couple comments about the staff. We have an incredibly dedicated faculty, support staff, clerical staff, people on campus who make a difference. We know that when we select people to work in the Excel program and teach in the Excel program, they're the best of the best from the University of Wisconsin-Oshkosh College of Nursing. We wouldn't have the outcomes we have today if we really didn't have the dedication and that teamwork that really makes a difference. We need to brag a little bit. Our outcomes in relation to the NCLEX, the RN licensure exam, is when you evaluate a nursing school. So lots of times it's like, okay, are they going to be successful? Will they pass that board exam? And will they get jobs? And I can brag and say that we have a 96% pass rate for the last 8 quarters. It's amongst the best in the state of Wisconsin and amongst the best of the UW schools. And I feel very confident that as the students are going forward finishing the program, that there's a strong likelihood, better than 95% probability, that they're going to be successful as well. be just making a couple welcomes. I'd like to recognize just a couple of our staff, and the whole staff actually, I'll go through. At this point, we have two people who've come from off campus. We have Sue Grubb from Oregon. Sue, if you'd stand and stay standing. And then we have Angela Rutledge from Kentucky. Angela, are you here? There she is, standing, stay standing. I call all the names of all the accelerated staff that are in the room. I'm not going to do that today because we've got such a big program and we're also doing our celebration of the 10th anniversary event. But at this point, I'd like everyone who works in the accelerated behind the scenes, so people who are advisors, political placement, clerical, behind the scenes, stand and stay standing. And I'd like to have the leadership team. The leadership team, where the administrators of the program, stand and stay standing. We got our three coming up, okay. And every single person who teaches in the accelerated program, stand, and let's give them a round of applause. The vision for the College of Nursing reads that we will build upon our tradition of developing caring and scholarly leaders who positively impact contemporary and future healthcare. These graduates have seen this vision for the very first time they checked out our website, to probably most of the materials that we give about the program. Throughout the program, on various different assignments and syllabi and other kind of handouts, you see it over and over and over again. And even when you come into the building, and we have some of your classes, we have that vision statement on the wall. And we're very, very sincere that you are those caring and scholarly nursery leaders for both today and tomorrow. What's going to happen today in our activities is at the end of the program, the recognition program, there's a professional nursing pledge. And we're going to have these graduates stand up and recite that pledge. And we're also going to ask all the registered nurses in the room to also stand with them and say that pledge as well. As that means our faculty and our staff that are registered nurses, moms and dads and cousins and sisters and brothers and whoever else in the room that's an RN, we're going to ask you to do that with them as a sign of solidarity and understanding what our profession is all about. For the history buffs in the room, or for some of you who are oldsters, you're probably aware that nursing has a long history of many traditions. In diploma programs, for example, in the old days there was something called a capping ceremony. And a capping ceremony was moving a student who was initially on probation, passing the probation and saying they're ready to be able to be identified as a student nurse and they get their cap. And almost all nursing programs historically has had some type of nursing pin, something that would be an insignia of the school they went to, whether it's Johns Hopkins or the University of Illinois or the University of Wisconsin-Oshkosh, University of Wisconsin-Madison, Texas Women's University, and on and on and on. And later on, we'll be doing that pinning ceremony. This nursing pledge is also a part of the tradition. Physicians have something called a white coat ceremony that also involves some pageantry and also some recitation of a pledge. I'm going to just speak to 3 points within that pledge. About midway into that pledge, there's a statement that says, I will devote myself to the welfare of patients, families, and communities. My guess is that these students of ours really knew about that patient focus. And my guess is when you're trying to identify yourself as a nurse, my guess is that you were seeing yourself one-on-one with a patient. You might have been able to put that family piece together and realizing how you get support for families. But maybe that community piece might have been the part that wasn't quite there yet. And if we've done our job, you get it now. Because without healthy communities for our patients, including safe neighborhoods, families that can afford housing, a healthy diet for their children, quality safe schools, healthy workplaces, we're going to be swamped with healthcare needs that are just going to grow and grow. And quality of life is going to suffer. That kind of leads to the second point, the next point in the nursing pledge, which says, I will endeavor to fulfill my rights and privileges as a good citizen. Probably when you enrolled in a second degree program, you probably weren't thinking about civics. and necessarily thinking about being a good citizen as part of necessarily this nursing program. But we know it's very, very important. I'm personally worried about our democracy. We've got a great deal of dysfunction, both in government and trying to get people to somehow find civility and get along. And right now, your active leadership, when you demonstrate professional nursing values, is more important than ever. As a dean, I say to you, I ask with you, I plead with you, exercise your rights as a good citizen. The world needs you. Very sincerely, the world needs you. And I will do one more point, and I'll be wrapping up here. The next point in the pledge says, I will promote the health and welfare of the entire community. That repetition is intentional. When exactly we put this pledge together, we talked about, well, we kind of say that in the 2 points back, but it's so important for us to realize this is, again, where you need to get it, and I think you do. That you can't sit back and wait for somebody else to care and act about our world and our environment. It's vital that you take that point to step up. Identify yourself as a professional registered nurse. You've got power with that. You've got the credentials that says you are a professional registered nurse and advocate for your patients and families and communities, thinking about things like clean air and water and sanitation. Don't take the environment for granted. Don't take the politics for granted. Don't think somebody else is going to fix it. Healthy lifestyles for you and families, the generations that come after you, are counting on you for your caring and scholarly leadership. Big time important. So in conclusion, my advice to you today, keep your passion alive, keep the innovation rolling, fuel your dreams, innovate, and take risks. Recognize that as a new registered nurse of the future, there are more doors that await you than you can possibly walk through. Be open to those opportunities and choose wisely. Enjoy today and earn the celebration. Congratulations and good luck in all you do.
Thank you, Dean Smith. Thank you, Dean Smith. So my name is Eric, and I'd like to welcome our UW faculty speaker, Dr. McWilliams.
Well, welcome to all of you. It's a pleasure and an honor to be the faculty speaker today. I just want to start out with a question. How many registered nurses or nurses do I have in here? Just nurses. Raise your hands high. High, high, high. Wow. Take a look around. I have one little problem, though. I don't see any raising in here. It's time to hold your hands up. So, raise them high. I'm sure I know it's good. Today I'd like to briefly highlight the May 13 cohort's journey to becoming nurses. On April 20th, 2013, these adult learners arrived on campus for orientation. They arrived singly focused on becoming professional nurses. They were selected through a rigorous and holistic admission process, over 100 applicants for 30 spots. They're really, truly the best of the best. They had demonstrated a capacity for academic success, a history of completing any task set before them. Most importantly, they had the desire and capacity to care for others. During orientation weekend, we filled their pockets with electronics like it was Christmas and laid out the rules of the game, which they found confusing. They left home to be challenged personally and professionally over the next year in ways that they could only imagine then. Building a foundation. For the first 3 months, they were tethered to the computers like dogs on running chains. There were reports from students You know who you are, that will go unnamed. Making claims of testing unshowered and in their pajamas. I'd like to note that the testing period was from noon to 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Day after day, they built a theory-laden foundation for their emerging nursing practice. The P90X of education. Picture this. Dan Sage on the big screen. Headset microphone on. A black muscle t-shirt that just says M13 on it. Dan looking at the cohort says, just 10 more IVs. That's all we got to do, just 10 more. Armed with a strong theoretical foundation and confident in their critical thinking skills, these students returned to campus for boot camp. They walked in the door confident with their newfound skills and reported. That went really fast. I don't think I learned anything. It was great to be with people again. I was losing touch with reality. This was the first time in months I've been dressed before noon. And help me, I've fallen and I can't get up. Boot camp. The name says it all. Named by the students in one of the first cohorts, it's an amazing personal and professional experience. All the skills typically completed in multiple semesters of a traditional nursing program are completed in 2 weeks. And if that's not enough, they complete 56 hours of clinical in a local hospital to boot. Boot camp days, don't be late, right? If you're 15 minutes late to boot camp, you had already missed a critical set of skills. The skills change every 15 to 30 minutes like an ocean tide. And Jeannie Hyatt makes that happen every day. Right, Jeannie? The lab is full of amazing nursing talent. On any given day, there's 100+ years of experience, like some crazy outward-bound skills adventure. It's both immersive and accelerated. It's a true test of human potential under the watchful eye of Dr. Basler. Clinical days. Time to embrace a new professional identity. The turn buoy. Students now report, I know things. Remember? And I'm pretty sure I'm not a nurse's aide anymore. You remember that? With boot camp completed, it was game time. And the new game is striking a balance. Back home for the final push to the finish. Theory classes and clinical. The great balancing act, right? This was the time when your strengths and your weaknesses were exposed and you began to shape your emerging professional role. During the next 7+ months, these students completed over 700 hours of clinical along with theory classes designed to inform their emerging clinical practice. All clinical experiences were one-to-one with a current professional in the field. Working shoulder to shoulder with these professionals and under the close watch from their instructors, they honed their clinical skills. What could be a better model? Then capstone. Returning this week to the University of Wisconsin for the final time. Capstone is defined in the Oxford Dictionary as a final touch, a crowning achievement, a culmination. Capstone for these students, I believe, means seeing the patient as a whole and possessing the critical thinking skills to set a safe and meaningful trajectory for their care. Yesterday, these students took a critical thinking exam along with 1 million other exams they typically take. And as a cohort scored in the 99th percentile, or the top 1% of nursing student groups in the nation. These students, by subjective and objective assessment, represent the best of the best in nursing education, and that is by the research. The term transformation in education today is often overused, but these students in 12 months have been transformed into professional nurses. The quality of the students, leadership, faculty, and staff in this program is unmatched in nursing education. As graduate students, you are the best that nursing education has to offer. It's with great pride and respect for your accomplishments that we, as the faculty and staff of the College of Nursing, welcome you to the profession. Please join me in a round of applause for our newest and brightest nurses. Thank you much.
We elected someone to speak on behalf of our cohort, and this person won the votes. Wasn't even close. She went from being a master's prepared geologist to now a nurse. And all the way from Portland, I would like to welcome Shelley.
My kids are on Skype, so I'm Skyping for them.
Thank you, everyone, Dean Smith, faculty, friends and family, and cohort of May 13. It's my privilege and honor to be able to speak for a few words on behalf of the cohort today. You won't believe what we've been through. I can't believe we made it, actually. But I wanted to tell you that I have been, in my long career, I have been on many different teams. I have been the curator of geology and chairman of the geology department at the Museum of the Rockies, Montana State University. I have been on committees looking into manned spaceflight to Mars. I have been in consultation with scientists who were looking at fossil life from Mars, or what they were thinking might be fossil life from Mars. I have been on regulatory committees for the state of Montana, and I have never been with a group of people like this cohort. To say that they are amazing and different and beyond belief would really be an understatement. These people have given up a career to make a change. Do you know what that takes? I mean, people will talk about perseverance or insanity or desperation. But I think the difference with these people is that they wonder what's on the other side, and they're willing to take the step to find out what's on the other side. These are the bears that will swim across the lake just to see what's over there. And that's unusual. If you think about all the people you know, how many people do you know who would get to the age of 50 and say, I think I'll do a different career. I think that I want to help people. I think that I want to be challenged, and I think I want to be paid more. This is a cohort of nice people, right? You all are very nice people, good at heart, and bold. Most people could not do what we have done. So you ask, what have we done? Well, there have been at least 3 or 4 surgeries this past year. There has been loss. People have lost parents, they've lost spouses, they've had children become sick. 3 members of my family were diagnosed with major illnesses at the start of this program, and I saw my whole support system falling apart. In September, during adult health, I lost my 4th friend to suicide. In other words, life happened to us. But we didn't have a lot of reserves to deal with life happening to us right then, because we had other things that we had to do. We had to stay up all night on a 14-hour shift, and we had to do that 3 nights in a row. And then when we got home, we had to take a test.
And then we had time to eat and shower and nap, and then get up and go to a chat or something if we remembered. And then there were like 15 chapters to read. It's hard to describe what it's like to do a 2.5-year college program in 12 months. I don't think I can really describe it for you, but know that it is a tremendous effort, and these people have done that with your help. There is someone else I want to acknowledge. Early on in our experience, this cohort, we had a natural leader emerge. This person, Dan Sage, is the kind of person who will let no one fall behind. And that was his motto, no person left behind. And Dan organized us using Google Docs and his tremendous knowledge of technology so that we could submit written content questions into one document, and we could all study from one document. Do you know what that did for us? It meant that we all had access to the same information, that we weren't duplicating effort, and that it took away that competition. Because we're all overachievers, right? And we have to be the best or we feel worthless, right? So what Dan did for us by putting us all on the same page, by getting us all in the same boat, is we didn't have to compete with each other. And when we didn't have to compete with each other, we could really support each other. So I think Cohort May 2013, it's time to officially recognize Dan Sage as our class president. Well done, Dan. I just wanted to also explain that there is the possibility, I think, in this world of going beyond greed and ignorance and delusions and all the things that we don't like about our world. There is a way of going beyond that. And in order to do that, we need an education. People need to have mentors and wise people that they can learn from and that can be supportive. It's no good if your wise person is just dispensing. Do this, do that, yada yada, do this way, do that way. Well, we need a support too. And the University of Wisconsin-Oshkosh Accelerated Nursing Program has the most impressive support structure I've ever seen anywhere. I think we all have felt that support from our faculty and from our clinical instructors and people working behind the scenes to get us here. And I value that very much. So here's your story, right? You're all waiting for a story. So it's the last week, and I get on the phone with my state, board of nursing, and I call them, I'm graduating this week. She's like, great. Please send me the fingerprint packet. I'm ready to go. She's like, fine. Name, address, name of your school. I told her all that. She said, is this some type of distance learning situation? And in my mind, I'm thinking, this isn't going well. Because she said, you should have checked with us that this was an accredited program. Is this an accredited program by the ABCDEF? I said, it's the University of Wisconsin. It's a state. I know it's way over east, where we don't go. But I told her that it's legitimate. And in my mind I'm thinking, this is not, I didn't buy this, I didn't spend $40,000 buying a degree from RNsRus.com. And I have climbed the Mount Everest of nursing schools with my bare hands struggling with ICE and NCLEX and ATI and all kinds of baloney. And I don't want to hear you dissing my people or my school. It's not cool. And if you think that this isn't going to happen because this is somehow not, no. You are going to give me my certificate of completion. You will license me. As Lewis et al., Potter and Perry, and all the others are my witness. We are going to pass that in class, and you are going to license us. So yes. So that is how it's going to be. I thank you all for your attention, and I'm very proud to be a part of this group of people. Thank you.
Wow, Shelley, thank you. She was asking me for advice earlier about it, and I feel goofy even giving it. You didn't need my advice. I asked her to make me cry, and I was cheering up there. That was fantastic. So I'm pleased to welcome, Captain, my captain, Dan Sage. Dan has put together a game, something to kind of let you know who we are as a cohort, and it's called Who Said What, and it's from a game, or it's a game that he comprised from all our Skype conversations that we have as we interact from a distance.
So I don't know how I follow Shelley with that, but we'll see what I can do here. So like Eric said, because of the fact that this whole, essentially cohort was done online, we use Skype quite a bit to be able to communicate on a daily basis. And we had a group Skype session where anybody could just chat at any point in time, and we just kind of keep in touch with what was going on. And oftentimes there were crazy, silly things that were said. So if you've ever been to like a football or a basketball or sporting event where they put something on the Jumbotron and they give you like a question and then they give you some answers and they slowly take away the answers till the right one, that's essentially what this game is going to be like. So if you think you know who the person who said this said, just go ahead and shout out the answer. So there'll be a couple questions here. So the first one. Neurologic symptoms of chronic kidney disease include impaired concentration and memory loss. I think I have renal failure. So go ahead and shout out who you think said this answer. So now, because this is an online program, I didn't actually see Matt's face when he actually said this, or when he realized that he had renal failure, but I'm guessing it was something like this. Alright, so the next question, or the next statement. I'm pretty sure this assignment shouldn't take 10 hours to do. Who do you think said that one?
Tracy.
Ben, if you don't know Ben, he's a pretty stoic guy. But I think after about 10 hours of doing any assignment, I'm pretty sure he looked kind of like this. Alright. ATI is drinking my soul. And I think after taking an ATI test, I think we all pretty much felt this way and needed a little bit of help. And I think this is kind of... So, does sending my husband out to get Culver's dessert count as coordinating the resources necessary to meet the continued? And for those of you who know Maya, I'm sure when she actually got the ice cream, she did something like this. Alright, so another one here. I've got some ankle weights and great music. Does anyone want to prank-exercise during boot camp? And good thing there's Google, because somehow I pulled up a clip of Colleen prank-exercising. Alright, so use your imagination, because we had all these emoticons and there wasn't one for someone somewhat drowning. So that's essentially what this the first part is. So this is me drowning in a sea of pathophysiology. Who do you think said that?
Katie.
And so we have a little clip here that I think someone played right after Heidi posted this.
Hey, Mr. Grumpy Heels. When life gets you down, you know what you gotta do? I know what you gotta do. Just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming, swimming, swimming. What do we do? We swim, swim. Do we sing? I love to swim, enjoy when you want to swim, you want. See, I'm gonna get stuck now with that song, now it's in my head. Sorry.
You're welcome. Thank you, Mike. Alright. Number 7. Do they take off at textbook 5 then if we drooled on some of the pages?
Jelly!
And I didn't have a picture of Shelly drilling on the, but I feel like this is pretty good. Alright, so we have a bonus round here. And like most bonus rounds, we really want, you know, no. So this one has 2 answers. So person A says, anyone else think that a vacuum interacted with suspicious like a toilet plunger? And person B says, for all of us women out there, I really hope it's smaller than a toilet plunger. So who do you think said that? Was it, which one of the people up there? For the first. And then who do you think said that? Who is person B?
Jenna.
Alright, and just in all seriousness, I feel like Skype was something that saved us all from going insane. And I think it was these quotes here were also part of the reason, because I think we were always constantly laughing because of somebody's funny comment here or there. And so thank you for everybody for the fun-filled year.
Thank you, Dan. Now it's time for the presentation of the graduates. And for that, I would like to invite Alyssa and Colleen.
Maya Aker. And Maya had a previous degree in education. And today she's being pinned by her husband, Troy. And she wanted to say a special thank you to her husband and her son, Cassidy, for their sacrifice and support as she went after this new adventure.
Ms. Katie Anderson. She worked previously as an athletic trainer
and her plans are to pass her boards, and she has interest in the ER, sports medicine, or the NICU, but any job will do at this point. She is getting pinned by her Gina, Janine, and her family in honor of her grandfather and those who are looking over her.
So much.
Sarah Bernardson. She had a bachelor's degree in political science and international management, and today she is being pinned by the wonderful Sue Clark.
Tracy Budman. She has a bachelor's degree in biology from the University of Wisconsin-La Crosse. And today she is being pinned by her parents, Karen and Ron.
Sorry.
Bree Buckman. She had a previous degree in biology, and after graduation, she will be working at UW Health in the residency program in their operating room. And she's being pinned by Stephen, her fiance.
Caitlin Darby. She has a previous degree in acting and biology, and after graduation, she came to work as an RN for a few years and started preparing for application to nurse practitioner school. She is today getting pinned by Molly Spivey.
Heidi Downey. She had a bachelor's in health science, and after graduation, she has a job in the perioperative nursing and is going to Disney World with her family. She's being pinned by her sons, Drew and Connor. Oh, just Drew.
Give me that. Good job.
Angie Erler. She has a previous degree in biology from UND, and she hopes to work in pediatrics or OB. She's been pinned by her mother, Cheryl.
Molly Galvin. She had a bachelor's degree in zoology and Spanish from UW-Madison. And after graduation, she wants to work in intensive care unit nursing. She's being pinned by her parents, Bill and Ann.
Caroline Gilderson Dewey. She has a bachelor's degree in psychology and a master's in library. She is being pinned by her mother, Elizabeth, and her husband, Jeff.
Justin Gunderson. He has an undergrad in cellular and molecular biology, and after graduation will work at Lakewood Health System in Staples, Minnesota, and enjoy time with his 2 brand new twin boys. He's being pinned by Don Pope.
Corinne Huda. She has a bachelor's of science in psychology and a Spanish minor from University of Wisconsin-La Crosse. She's interested in working in emergency room, OB, or pediatrics. She's currently looking for positions in the nursing field. She's being pinned by her parents, Mo and Nancy.
Elisa Kidd. She had a bachelor's degree in biology, and after graduation will work in the emergency room at Pikeville Medical Center in Kentucky. She is being paid by her husband, Justin.
Colin Kirk. She has a previous degree in kinesiology, and her future plans are working in the cardiac PCU in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. She's been paid by her parents, Ann and Nathan.
Benjamin Cruz. He had his first degree in Spanish from St. John's University, and after graduation will be living in La Crosse with his wife Nicole and new daughter Lydia, and he is being pinned by Nicole, Lydia, and parents Joe and Barb.
Matthew Liebenbaum. He has his first degree in piano performance, and for post-grad, he plans to move to Madison on Sunday and get a job at the ICU. He's being pinned today by his wife, Sarah.
Jenna McNeil. She had a previous degree in genetics and a master's in public health, and after graduation, she's interested in working in public health nursing, neurology, or inpatient rehab, and she's being pinned by her husband, Joe.
Nahal Ramanpana. She has a bachelor's degree in biology and French from the University of Wisconsin-Madison. She plans to start graduate school in the fall. She's being pinned today by her mother, Liz.
Eric Roning. He had a biology degree from UW-Stevens Point, and after graduation, he's applying for jobs in the critical care units, and he's being pinned by his girlfriend, Andrea.
That's fun. Yeah, you got to have a
Ben Roth. He has a previous degree in health promotion and wellness, and he wants to work in the emergency department. He's been pinned by his sister, Emily, which is a 2004 graduate of the same UCL program.
Dan Sage. He had a bachelor's degree in psychology and Spanish, and after graduation, he will work at UW Health in the cardiothoracic surgery and progressive care unit, and he is being pinned by his wife, Dawn.
Daniel Scott. He has a bachelor's in history, and he plans to work and travel after this, and he loves the emergency room. Today he's being pinned by Jackie Carlin, one of our professors in the CCL program.
Molly Spivey. She had a bachelor degree in arts in vocal performance from UW-Madison, and she's looking forward to a job in OB or community health, and she's being pinned by her mother, Pat.
JC Thompson. She has a bachelor's degree in biology, and she plans to be an oncology nurse in a hospital either in Green Bay or Milwaukee. Today she's being pinned by her parents, Kurt and Liz.
Renee Weber. She has a bachelor's degree in biology education and environmental studies, and after graduation, she's going to desperately search for a job. She is being pinned by her mom, Dolores.
Lindsay Wobble. She has a zoology degree from the University of Wisconsin-Madison, and she plans to work in the Gunderson Health System at La Crosse, Wisconsin, and going to Mexico on Tuesday. Today she's being pinned by her parents, Warren and Julie.
Yes, come.
Shelley Whitman. She had a bachelor's degree in earth science and a master's degree in geology, and after graduation hopes to work in the critical care or intermediate intensive care unit at Salem Health in Salem, Oregon, and she's being pinned by Sue Greb, her clinical instructor.
Jay Zolke. He had his first degree from Eau Claire in biochemistry and molecular biology. He plans to work in Eau Claire in the critical care or emergency department, and today he's being pinned by his mother, Jane, and his fiancée, Amanda.
Now I would like to invite my cohort to stand and all other RNs in the room to stand as we recite the professional nursing pledge found in the center of the program. I solemnly pledge to faithfully practice my profession of nursing. I will do all in my power to make and maintain the highest standards and practices of my profession. I will hold in confidence all personal matters committed to my keeping. I will devote myself to the welfare of patients, families, and communities. I will endeavor to fulfill my rights and privileges as a good citizen. I will promote the health and welfare of the entire community. I will constantly endeavor to increase my knowledge and skills in nursing and to use them wisely. I will zealously seek to nurse those who are ill wherever they may be and wherever they are in need. I will safeguard and promote the health and happiness of all people.
Before I welcome up Dean Smith and Assistant Dean Marnaka, as a cohort, we can't do this alone, and Dean Smith hinted at this earlier. Without the support of significant others, friends, family, the neighborhood to change out the cat litter, we would really like to thank all of you. And as a cohort, we're going to stand up and applaud everybody who has supported this station. We really appreciate it. We love you all. Next up to do our conclusion is Dean Smith and Assistant Dean Marnaka.
Well, hello, I'm Suzanne Marnaka, and I am the Director of the Pre-Licensure Programs.
And you already met me, I'm the Dean of the College of Nursing. We're going to be brief in our acknowledgments, but we would be remiss if we did not extend some really happy greetings about this being the 10th anniversary celebration of the founding of the first class graduating from the Accelerator program.
The Accelerated Online Bachelor's to BSN option at the University of Wisconsin-Oshkosh began with a pilot cohort in May 2003, and after 2 years of solid planning and hard work. This option, the only one of its kind, allows individuals who have a bachelor's degree in another field to earn a Bachelor of Science in Nursing, or a BSN, in 12 months. The May 13 cohort is our 20th cohort to graduate, representing over 530 graduates from all over the country, and even a couple out of the country. I would like all Accelerated alumni that might be in the audience to please stand and be welcomed.
Pleasure to have all of the alums back. Look forward to talking to you during the social time. Let's go back to 2001, before the Great Recession. It was a time when we thought we were going to be having a very severe nursing shortage. And I think we're still on the brink of that severe nursing shortage. But at the time, it was a little different timing because the recession hadn't happened yet. You already heard that it took 2 years of planning and convincing others that the University of Wisconsin-Oshkosh had some wisdom and wanted to be the first pre-licensure BSN program in the United States and probably the world. It was worth the effort? Was it worth the investment? Was it worth the risk? Our founders persisted with yes, 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 yes. We needed to do this. The 4 founders engaged the University of Wisconsin-Oshkosh Foundation to assist in fundraising. And Art Raston, are you the one?
He was right back there.
It was. There was a person who was before him in terms of foundation and fundraising. Donations came from the Affinity Health System, the Aurora Health System, and interestingly enough, the Bemis Health System, the Bemis Corporation, which is a box company of all things. But the local area businesses were very enmeshed at that time with being concerned about healthcare shortages. And on campus, even more engagements and probably persistence was needed. Procedures did not exist for what was being proposed. Anyone who's ever worked in the state government or the federal government knows change does not come easy. The offices that we needed to have cooperate could have blocked this program, because it was asking an awful lot. There were not computer systems to deal with a 12-month BSN. There was not procedures within financial aid to figure out how this might work for second-degree students. It went on and on in terms of the areas that needed to be looked at. From UWO Business Office, Financial Aid, Library, Admission Office, Career Planning and Placement, Academic Computing, University Police, Room Scheduling, the list goes on and on. There were staffs in these offices who became our partners. They made the impossible become possible. We don't say thank you enough to those outside behind-the-scenes people. This is one of the times we're saying a big nature thank you. What we proposed with this BSN led to rethinking the process in most of the departments that I mentioned. We were blessed with university partners that believed in us enough to invest the time, take the risks needed to make it happen. We say thank you to the campus community. The supportive agencies across the campus contribute to our success every day. We have guests that are in the audience. I know that people from library, I think career planning and placement, business office. Will you stand? I can see you might be in the back. There we are. Dr. Chaffee, Dr. Zachman, Professor Pope, Dr. Stewart, please come forward. Come forward. Dr. Stewart, I hope she's here.
She's almost here. She's a little late.
No, Dr. Stewart.
She's a little late. She's
oh my gosh,
on the way.
Dr. Stewart's running late. She currently serves as the dean at the Bellin College of Nursing up in Green Bay, so hopefully she'll join us soon. Suzanne, go ahead.
So none of this would have been possible without the innovators who founded the Excel option. They're in front of you. They're examples of nurse educators who fueled their dreams with innovation and courage it took to take the risks needed to make this program become the exemplar in the United States and, we dare say, the wider world. I'm going to read from the mementos that we have for each of these individuals. They're engraved, and it says, the 10th anniversary 2014 Excel option in appreciation as one of the 4 founders of the accelerated online baccalaureate to BSN at the University of Wisconsin-Oshkosh. And then their name is engraved at the bottom. So if we could get them all a round of applause. And we want to thank all of you for your leadership, your dedication, and your hard work. This is really fantastic. So we're going to conclude today's event with showing a very short message from the Excel alums, and they have sent a video. And our social time will start immediately following the video. They'll open the back wall, and there will be a time for a little nutrition and a little fun. So please enjoy.
Hi, I'm Katrina. I was in the May 2006 cohort for the Excel nursing program. Receiving my nursing degree from this program definitely changed my life. Not only have I gained lifelong friends, which was definitely strengthened during the boot camp and capstone week, but after a few years of working as a nurse, I started travel nursing. This has allowed me to explore different places geographically and also gain clinical experience in the areas of transplant, plastic surgery, orthopedics, and ENT. And I'm definitely looking to see where this journey takes me next.
Hi, my name is Sarah. I'm an alum from the October 2010 Excel Nursing Cohort. I wanted to take a moment to share with you how the program has changed my life. Prior to the program, I worked for an older adult day program in southern Wisconsin. Now I work as a community health nurse for a tribal healthcare facility here in northern Wisconsin. I provide nursing services to tribal elders and other tribal community members. The program will give you the support and guidance that you need. Hang in there. It's tough, it's rigorous, but the instructors and your fellow cohort members will be there for you. The clinical staff in your clinical environments will also provide you with the help and support and guidance that you need to start out your new career. Best of luck to you all.
Hi, my name is Brittany and I graduated with the May 2012 Excel cohort. I graduated in May 2013 and took my first nursing job at St. Clair Hospital in Weston, Wisconsin, where I worked in their dual ICU and ICU step-down unit. 7 months after that, I moved to Green Bay and I now work at St. Vincent Hospital. I work in their intensive care unit. I feel like I definitely owe a lot of my success to the Excel program. The professors were really great. I feel like I learned so much, and the complex clinicals that we did, especially being one-on-one and the high number of hours, really attributed to me feeling confident being able to go into an ICU out of school. Similar to that, I definitely felt more confident than my other new graduate counterparts. So I definitely have the Excel program and all the great professors to thank for a lot of my success. So thanks a lot, Excel. Good luck to all the new graduates, and go Excel!
Hi, I'm Christina Schroeder, October 2010 cohort. Since January of 2012, I have been working at the UW Health American Family Children's Hospital. I work on the Pediatric Medical Surgical or General Care floor, or P5. More recently, I've been considering graduate programs, specifically something involving pediatrics, family medicine, and nursing education. Who knows, maybe even at UW Oshkosh. Best wishes to the graduates, future cohorts, instructors, and ancillary staff. Every day I am thankful for the opportunities UW Oshkosh's accelerated program has given me and my family. Simply stated, I love nursing.
Hi, I'm Margaret, and I am from the October 2010 Accelerated Nursing Cohort, and I have a message. Every day I draw on some bit of wisdom stored away from the incredible instructors and my fellow cohort students in the Excel program. I miss you all. I work in community health nursing with the elderly and physically disabled in Wausau, Wisconsin. I love my career, and I'm very grateful for this program and the opportunity I was given to be a part of it.
Hi, my name is Dan, and I'm part of the May 2013 cohort. Prior to attending nursing school, I was a web developer and project manager for an online company in Madison, Wisconsin. And after this program, I plan to work for UW Health and on their cardiothoracic ICU floor. I think one of my favorite memories of this program has to do with just Skype in general. I think one of the things that I was concerned about going into the program was just not knowing my classmates because of the fact this was going to be all online. And I think being able to have a place where we could chat and be able to share experiences and such definitely helped to make it so that it was a much more enjoyable and better program because we all got the chance to know each other a lot better and just help each other whenever somebody was struggling with whatever they were going through, and just being able to have the humor that we were able to inject through the program, through the videos or through the conversation or whatever it was, just was an awesome experience. So that was my favorite memory.
Hi, my name's Kevin Meehan. I'm from the 2007 Excel cohort. There are many things about the cohort that were wonderful, but the Excel program in and of itself, I think, has uniquely qualified those who go through the Excel program to be eminently ready for the workplace, the work environment. It brings out something in you that you may never have known you were capable of before. Because of this, these students, and I feel myself, long for more out of the work experience that we're having, and it brings out something in you that makes you want to achieve more, to excel. I can't say enough about this program. Currently I'm working as a public health nurse, but I've worked in the ER and surgical centers and have clinical experience as well. My best advice to anyone who ever decides to take the Excel program is that it's an experience you'll never forget. It'll stay with you for the rest of your life, and it'll make you want to excel in all the endeavors you have in life. Thanks.
Hi, this is Judy Eckblad from Meriter Hospital. Congratulations, 10 years to the UW Oshkosh Excel program. I'm clinical coordinator at Meriter and happy to host and facilitate student experiences here. Working with the faculty, Brent, Tom, Ellen, Lori, Bonnie, has made it seamless, and our students have been well received. We have hired several students. Nathan Maxwell went on to be one of our Nurse of the Year award winners. But Cammie, Seth, David, Peter, Brionna, Maya, Mariah, Amy have all been wonderful for our staff. Your students are professional. We're very excited to have them, and in fact, as I said, hire them. Congratulations, 10 years from Meriter Hospital.